You guys, today is going to be a really good Wellness Wednesday. I promise you. I'm going to help you master your routines and your motivation. So if you're trying to lose weight, get back into shape, you're feeling stuck, you want to stick around for this Wellness Wednesday. I have 3 things, so you're going to want to take notes about this. But the reason why I wanted to touch on this, like I talk to women, thousands of women every week. Okay, not only on social media, but I have customers, my business, friends and stuff like that. So I really understand what women struggle with. And especially when it comes to weight loss, to just like having more energy, to like feeling excited about life again, you know, especially when you're a busy mom. So what inspires you? Oh, I love that question. A few years ago, right after my husband was really sick and passed away from cancer, I was such a mess, you guys. Like I was scrawny, I was anemic. Speaking of hair, my hair was falling out, my nails were breaking. I had body pains from all the stress and anxiety that I had been like suppressing because I was trying to, you know, be positive and stay positive. But it like started manifesting into like physical body pains. I was like so weak. And that's what really, you know, I was only 33 at the time. And that's when I was like, no, this cannot be my story. This is not my life. I need to change this because I wanted to be present for my kids. I wanted to be a happy mom. I wanted to be a fit, happy, energetic, sexy, fun-loving, playful mom. I did not want to be this depressed, broken, immobilized, weak woman at like 33 years old. You know what I mean? So somebody was talking about like what inspires you. And it's like my kids in that moment inspired me. They had just lost their dad and they were so little. And I'm like, no, they can't lose their mom too. You know, we all know people where, you know, parents checked out because they had so many issues. And like, I didn't want to be that for my kids. And the crazy thing about that, some of the stuff I'm going to share with you guys today about routines, as I moved forward with this and I started implementing new routines, I completely transformed. And now I can honestly tell you I am the happiest I've ever been, the strongest I've ever been. I feel amazing, like mentally and physically and spiritually. That's why it's so important. So like the first thing is like, you got to know, why are you doing this, right? Because if you just want to lose weight just because you think you're supposed to lose weight, I'm going to tell you right now, it's not going to work. So 3 things right now to master your routines. I don't care how, you know, overweight you think you are, or how old you think you are, or how far gone you think you are. I'm here to tell you, you are not too far gone. You are not too old. You are not too lost. You are not too out of shape. It's really about deciding and making those moves. And I promise you, you are watching this video for a reason. You came across this for a reason. This is for you. I'm talking to you. Okay. So 3 things. This is complete game changers. This completely transformed my life, you guys. Okay. Okay, number 1 thing, honor the season that you're in. Moms, everyone that's listening, honor the season that you're in. What do I mean by that? One of the biggest things that moms, and a lot of people struggle with, dads, just people, is guilt and shame, right? And that's something I really struggled with too, where it's like, I want to go do this, I want to go do that, but it's like, that's not the season I'm in right now, so I'm not really able to do that right now. And okay, so what do I mean by this? So, going back to 2019, right when my husband passed away, you guys, I felt like I got hit by like a semi truck. Like I was like, it was like the wind was knocked out of me. Like I couldn't even think straight. I can't even describe it. It felt so surreal to have like, all of a sudden you have like this happy family and then all of a sudden it's like completely shattered. You know, have these 4 kids that are grieving and I just like couldn't even keep my head on straight. And the reason I'm telling you that is in that season, that wasn't the time for me to go and like master all these new routines. Okay. In that season of my life, I couldn't even put my kids into sports. I couldn't do a bunch of things with my kids because I was just trying to stay sane. Okay. And so in that season, what I really spent a lot of time on is just working on myself. So like spending hours a day, just like journaling, listening to audios, just learning about myself, doing lots of healing, changing up how I was eating. It was really about nourishing myself in that moment because I needed to get myself into a good place. Okay. And then fast forward to now, like 3 years later, my routines are completely different. That's why I wanted to live stream today during the day because, like my entire life has changed, like on every level, in such an amazing way. You know, my kids are doing so much better because I'm doing better. My business is doing well. I just sold my home. It's crazy because I started live streaming in this very spot a couple years ago, and now I'm going to be moving. So I know I sold my home. I'm going to be moving. Like, just everything has changed. So my routines have changed. And now this is the first time. I'm really proud about this. Most people are like, okay, that's weird, but I'm really proud about this. My kids are, this is the first time all four of my kids are in sports this year. All four of my kids get to be in sports this year. And that for me is a huge win, because a couple years ago, I couldn't have managed that. I didn't have like the emotional capacity to manage that. That's why it's so important to really honor where you're at. If you've just had a baby, maybe you just had a baby, okay? You're not about to go run a marathon, okay? Like, your focus is like learning about your baby, learning how to be a mom, right? Maybe you just got married. Maybe you just started university. Maybe you're, starting a new profession or something like that. Honor the season that you're in without any guilt or shame. Okay, so the first one, honor the season that you're in. No more guilt, no more shame. Next one, second thing. This is so important. This will help you like leap into your future so much faster. You know what? Other people are like super stuck and you're just like excelling. This is what's going to change it. Okay, you guys ready? You want to build your routines based on the person you're becoming, not the person you are currently. So take a moment and really think about, who is this person that you're becoming? This future version of you, this like higher version of you. Think of like where you want to be in a year or 5 years from now. What does this person look like? How does he or she look, dress? How do you talk? What relationships do you have? Where do you live? Who are you hanging out with? How are you spending time? Do you have energy? Are you laughing more? Are you dancing more? Are you socializing more? Are you super fit and healthy? Are you, working on your dream business or your dream career? Are you a happy stay-home mom? Are you, what are you doing? What does that life look like for you? Really, you guys, this is so powerful. If you can actually get this and practice this, it will help you manifest your future so much faster. It will help you manifest weight loss so much faster. It will help you get into amazing shape so much faster. Okay? Because what happens is when you just keep practicing being the same version of you that you were yesterday, guess what? You keep reproducing the same thing. Okay? But when you can practice being that future version of you, you get a clear vision. You know that saying, write your vision, make it plain. So once you have that clarity of who you want to become, maybe you want to lose 50 pounds. Okay, if you want to lose 50 pounds, what does she look like? How does she dress? How's her energy? What food is in her fridge and in her pantry? How is she talking? What is she watching on social media? What music is she listening to? So what does this future version of you look like? And if you guys have been following me, you know I've told you to write this down. Because when you don't write stuff down, you're not taking it serious. And when you don't take things seriously, you can't trick your brain. I'll give you an example. If I told you right now, okay, I'm going to give you $1 million. I'm going to give you the address. Guaranteed you will be like ripping off a paper towel, piece of paper, writing it on your counter. You would not care. You would write down that address, right? Because it's important to you. So how come you would go when you would write that down, but you're not writing down this future version of you that is important? It's your life, right? So it's like a lot of times we don't take these things seriously, but then we're frustrated because we keep reproducing the same results. We keep reproducing the same results, or we keep having a hard time losing weight or getting happy and energetic because we're actually not taking it seriously. We're just so used to being the old version of you that you just keep reproducing that. You have a complete blank canvas to create this person that you want to be. Okay? So say you want to lose 50 pounds, right? You write out, I am a happy, healthy, sexy, fit mama that weighs whatever your weight is, or, fits into size, whatever. I look good. I feel good. I have the best marriage or relationship. My kids are healthy and happy. I'm healthy and happy. I'm more fit than I've ever been. These are things that I wrote out a couple years ago before I looked like this. Okay. And the crazy thing is, even though I didn't look like this a couple years ago, as I wrote it out, I saw it in my mind first. And then I started building routines to match this new version of me. Okay? So that's the second part of this. It's like, once you have a clear picture of how you want to look, how you want to feel, the type of life you want to live, now you build your routines to match that. So just as an example, if you're like, yeah, I want to lose 50 pounds, I want to be a hot, sexy mama, but every day I'm going to McDonald's, or every day I'm having these big lattes with a bunch of sugar in it. It's like that routine doesn't align with this new version of you, right? Makes sense? So really look at, okay, what is it going to take for me to lose 50 pounds? How does a stay-home mom lose 50 pounds? How does a burnt-out mom that has hormone issues lose 50 pounds? What kind of routine does she have? So a lot of this is like going inwards and like really finding out, okay, what do I need to do to align with this new version of you? And if it's a lack of knowledge to build your routines, you guys, I have so much content on my social media. You can go and take all my ideas. I talk about intermittent fasting. I talk about hormones like adaptogens, supplements. I talk about eating. I talk about workouts, all those things. Build out something simple, like simple routines that match this version of you. Okay. When you step into new routines, it's uncomfortable, you guys. And the reason why it's uncomfortable is our nervous system is conditioned, right? So as soon as you change your routine, your nervous system, which is used to being the old version of you, kind of is like, I don't like this. This is uncomfortable. I'm not doing this, right? And then we give into it. And it's like, no, that's when you got to push into this more and practice. That's when consistency comes into play. Keep practicing this until it becomes normal. And then when it becomes normal, that's how you create this new life for yourself. So me, even though I've live streamed every week for like over a year, live streaming during the day at this time it was very uncomfortable for me. Plus I had technical issues on top of it, But I was like, no, I need to do this. This is part of my new routine, this new lifestyle that I'm creating for myself and for my family. I want to be free in the evenings now so I can be more present with my kids because they need me now. I'm in a better place mentally that I can be more present with my kids. So it's their time, right? So it's uncomfortable, you guys, but it's worth it. I have such a clear vision of the life that I'm creating for myself and for my family. So my routines need to match that. One person asked about books. Dr. Joe Dispenza is a neuroscientist, and I love his work because he studies energy, like measurable energy, like the energy that we emit from our body, from our heart, through our thoughts, and they can actually measure this stuff now. And he wrote a book called Breaking the Habit of Being You. I'll post it on my stories after this on my Instagram. So make sure you guys are following me on Instagram. Breaking the Habit of Being You. Okay, and he literally talks about this. It's like, if you keep showing up the same way every single day with the same thoughts, dressing the same, talking the same, doing the same things, hanging around the same people, living in the same place, you can predict your future. It's not going to look any different than it is now. But when you can break that habit of being you, that's when things really change for you and you can go to that next level. The second question was, did you ever feel frustrated that I wasn't hitting my goals fast enough? Yes! Oh my gosh. Yes. I used to be so frustrated. Actually, even when I just need some water, one sec. I remember when my husband at the time was going through cancer treatments, I was so frustrated all the time because I didn't have awareness of how my thoughts and feelings impacted my reality. I'm going to go a little bit deep with you guys for a minute, but I think it's worth it for you because frustration was my dominant emotion, probably for about 3 years, where every day I just felt frustrated. I felt so frustrated about like everything. And after he passed away, I'm like, I don't want to feel frustrated all the time. You know, like what a horrible way to live, where you're just like constantly feeling like you're not hitting your goals. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? I know I'm not the only one that struggles with this. Then I started learning about how to like change your reality. How do you manifest things faster? How do you manifest your goals faster? I'm going deep here, you guys, but like just follow me on this, okay? Because I wouldn't have broken out of that unless I practice what I'm talking to you guys about now. Once I started learning about how my thoughts and feelings energetically impact my surroundings, and once again, you guys, this is measurable now. They can measure this stuff. So Dr. Joe Dispenza, they measure the energy that emits out of you. Now, it's crazy. And we're magnetic. So it's not just about positive thinking anymore, okay? Positive thinking, it sounds like a great idea, but it actually impacts your reality. When you can practice changing your emotions based on the thoughts that you're thinking, it changes the energy that comes out of you. And once I became aware of this, it was like such a game changer for me, in that I learned how to start changing my emotions and changing my feelings to match this new life I was trying to create for myself. And because of that, I started like hitting my goals so much faster. So much faster. So now, and that's because of the energy I was emitting, right? You know, you've heard that saying, you reap what you sow in life. Yeah, have you guys heard that before? You reap what you sow in life. So it's, you reap what you sow in life means like even the energy that you put out, the thoughts and the emotions that you put out, you're just going to create more of that. Or have you guys heard of, you know, where focus goes, energy flows? You guys have heard that too, right? This is like, this is not like woo-woo stuff anymore, like new age stuff. Like this is actually measurable stuff now, where it's like your thoughts and your emotions are just going to create more of that. So if you're frustrated, like Laura, and I get this, and this is not a time to like judge yourselves, it's more of just like a understanding. Once you become aware of this, you guys, this is where you get to take your power back and change your reality. It's amazing. I love it so, so much. So now whenever I feel myself getting frustrated, so first of all, I'm asking myself, why am I getting frustrated? Okay. And then what I've learned to do, and this is so powerful, you guys, is what I'll do is in that moment, I'll start listing out the things I'm thankful for. Or I'll list out I'll list out my wins for the day, or what I've, like, even up to this point. I literally had to do this yesterday, you guys. Like, this is like an ongoing thing where it's like you can it's so easy to fall into this trap where you get focused on what's missing in your life. When you're focused on what's missing, or you're beating yourself up because you haven't hit a goal, maybe it's personally, maybe it's financially, maybe it's in a family, relationships, like whatever, we all go through this. This is not unique to anyone. We all have to deal with this, right? When you're focused on what you're missing, you actually keep it away from you because you're not in a state of receiving. The only time you're in a state of receiving is when you're thankful for what you already have. Remember, where focus goes, energy flows. So if I'm thankful for what I have right now, I'm thankful that I have a roof over my head, I'm healthy, I'm fit, I have my kids, I'm thinking about the progress that I'm making, even if it's like the smallest thing. Maybe I'm trying to lose weight, and I'm thankful that, I got a new outfit to go to the gym, or I got a gym pass, or, I was able to start working out, or I got a trainer. I'm thankful for like just the little things, and I focus on that, the progress that I'm making, the progress, not the perfection, the progress that I'm making. It takes me out of that state of frustration. Okay? Frustration happens, you guys, when we constantly are replaying over and over and over again what we're lacking. Third part, somebody asked, how do you stay consistent? Because that can be super frustrating, right? We all know that repetition is what really creates that reality, right? Whether it's you're trying to get fit again, or change your eating habits, or you want to have better financial habits, or you're building a business, or whatever it is that you're doing, you need to stay consistent. How do you do this? This was such a game-changing hack for me, you guys, because remember, I was, a couple years ago, I couldn't even think straight, right? Like, I had so much emotions, being consistent at anything in that moment was like, I couldn't even imagine it, right? So one thing I learned is just psychologically, humans, what we do, always move towards pleasure or we move away from pain, especially when you're in survival mode. And I was in survival mode after my husband passed away, right? So you're either moving towards pleasure or you're moving away from pain. Most times you're doing this subconsciously. You're not even aware of it. So most people walking around right now, they subconsciously are moving towards pleasure or they're moving away from pain. If they're feeling pain, that's why they reach for the food or they go shopping or they gamble or they drink or do drugs or whatever it is, because they're trying to seek pleasure in that moment and avoid pain. Okay? So how you stay consistent and break out of that is whatever goal or whatever routine you're trying to implement, you got to make it fun. You have to make it fun. Okay? Write this down. This gets to be fun. This gets to be fun. And the reason why, especially when you're in a state of like frustration too, as soon as you can figure out how to make things fun, you will stick to it because you're moving towards pleasure. Okay? So this works for everything. And I have tested this and I have been living by this for the last couple of years. And it's also helped me to stay consistent. Okay. So how do you do this? So for example, you hate working out. Say you absolutely hate working out. Like working out is like, I hate it. I don't want to do it. Right? So instead of telling yourself, I hate working out, blah, 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 but that future version of you is fit and healthy and sexy and toned and, you don't want your skin to be saggy anymore because, you want to get nice and toned and fit. You want to feel energy again. That future version of you requires a routine that you need to work out, okay? Because if you don't use it, you lose it, right, guys? If you don't use it, you lose it. So now ask yourself, write this down. I do this all of the time to this day. I do this to make myself do something that I don't want to do. How can I make this fun? What's the fun way? What's the fun way of doing this? So now ask yourself, okay, what's the fun way to go work out again? How can I make this fun? So I'll just give you some examples. When I was working out at home, I'll give you guys two examples. I'll give you a gym example and an at-home example because I've been both as a mama. So at home, when I had my kids hanging off of me, all that stuff, what I do is I put on my favorite music. You guys, if you've been following me, I love to dance. I love dance hall, soca music is my favorite music. You cannot be depressed and listen to dance hall. Can I get an amen? You guys know what I'm talking about. Okay, so put on your favorite music. Go get yourself a cute outfit. Okay, you can put on a good video if you want. Do something that's going to make it fun and like create a nice little space for yourself. I was like downstairs in the basement. Sometimes my kids would be there. Sometimes, and the cool thing about this, you guys, I wouldn't even tell my kids. I would just be like going working out, and then all of a sudden they're being more active. They're getting off their iPads and their video games and they're going and shooting basketball, or they're like doing push-ups, or they're like, if they want to crawl on me, and when they were really little, I would start using them as weights. But I would do something. Yep. See, you guys know what I'm talking about. So I would incorporate them into my routine. There was no excuse. I would make it fun. And even if you don't get the perfect workout, the goal is to build a workout routine. So maybe you can only do it 4 times a week, but you're making it fun. It's something you can look forward to. And the other thing I would do to make it fun is I would have a pre-workout drink. Because especially when you're tired, you're working, maybe you're not getting enough sleep, have a pre-workout drink. Do something that gets your energy up. Then you put on your favorite music. Change your outfit. Do not work out in your pajamas. Moms, do not work out in your pajamas. You know why? When you're in your pajamas, you naturally, subconsciously are in lazy mode. And you can't have a wicked workout, a fire, body transforming workout when you're in lazy mode. So go and change your clothes. Force yourself to get yourself a cute little outfit and change your clothes. Okay? So next thing, when I was at the gym, last year I started working out at the gym for the first time. One thing I did to make it really fun, one is I got a trainer. I started working with my girlfriend, my friend. It was her trainer actually, and so we started working out together. So get a friend if you can, maybe get a trainer, and that really, really helped really take my fitness to a whole different level because I was, used to working out, and now that new future version of me was even really fit and really in shape, and so I wanted to get a trainer to help me with that. And then, you go to a really good environment, really maybe a nice gym, something, get yourself a cute outfit. Once again, you block off those times because you're implementing this as part of your weekly routine, and you go work out. Okay, how do you motivate yourself no matter what mood you're in? Really good question. So remember, you have the habit of being the old version of you. So if you have the habit of like, I hate working out, or I hate doing this, or this sucks, or I'm feeling down and depressed, you actually get addicted to these negative chemicals. It's crazy, right? So it's like breaking, that's why it's so good to read that book, Breaking the Habit of Being You. You need to recondition yourself to get used to happier moods. So, and I really understand what that feels like, because like I said, like for a few years, I was I wasn't depressed, but I was anxious, and I was frustrated. Those were probably my main moods, frustrated and anxious. And so I had to recondition my body and my mind, even at a hormonal level, and my nervous system, to feel happy and to like laugh and like not be so serious. Okay. So if you're trying to get yourself to do something despite the mood that you're in, go back to that question. How can I make this fun and easy on myself? How, like, maybe you have to go pay bills and that stresses you out. I understand what that feels like. Side note, when I was married, I never had to pay any bills. My husband took care of all of that. So finances after he passed away stressed me out so much. Like, I was terrified. I was so intimidated. And so there was a lot of times, like, my mood was like, I don't want to do this. So I would have to ask myself, okay, Natasha, how can I make this fun? How can I make this fun and easy on myself? Maybe I like light a candle, get myself a nice cup of tea, put on an audio, get in front of my computer, and like do bills. Okay? You have to always ask yourself, how can I make it fun? Because like I said before, otherwise you are going to try to avoid the pain. How do I get myself out of this stuck mentality, sudden loss of motivation? Swaggy. Okay, that's a really good question. Okay. And I know what that feels like. When you are stuck, you've lost complete motivation. I know what that feels like. And you're just like overwhelmed with your life. And you're like, what do I do now? Okay, start with something simple. It's going back to what excites you. Just think of anything, like literally anything that excites you. So for example, back in the day, I was telling you right after my husband passed away, I was like, how do you find motivation to keep going? Yes, I was motivated by my kids, but also like, I was like, you know what? I'm going to use my story and my transformation. I'm going to help other women, because I know other people feel hopeless. They feel burnt out. They don't know what to do. And I'm going to share my experience, and that's going to help other people. So for me, that motivated me to like work out and like get in really good shape, rebuild my business, learn how to parent differently, because I knew it was going to help other people. So you got to find something. There's something deep inside of you that does excite you. There's something there. This is like a lot of self-reflection, self-awareness time. Get a journal. I don't care if you're a girl or guy, get a journal and start writing out what excites you. Because then maybe you hate working out, but you love the idea of, going on a beach vacation one day and being able to wear a bikini. Maybe that can be your motivation. Find something, you want to connect to that future version of you, that future goal, and allow that to motivate you. You really have to know why you're doing what you're doing. Okay? So just keep asking yourself questions until you figure out what excites you. Okay? And just like just be fun and be easy about it. Don't overthink it. It doesn't have to be so serious. You know what I mean? Like, just be playful about it. When we are overwhelmed, and this was me, this was my life. I was so overwhelmed with my life, you guys. Like, I can't even describe how overwhelmed I felt. Where, like 4 kids, all of a sudden, no husband, you're so used to him being here and taking care of everything. I'm by myself. And then we're in a global pandemic, you guys. Like, everything, my entire world was completely flipped upside down. I was so overwhelmed, okay? If I didn't make things stupid simple for myself, I wouldn't have done it, okay? When you are going through stuff and you're not really strong, or you don't feel strong in that moment, you have to make things simple for yourself, okay? When you keep it simple and fun, easy. Like those are my 2 words. To this day, those are my 2 words. Fun and easy. We are so addicted to this like idea that struggle equals success. Struggle does not equal success, you guys. We've just believed that. Yes, you're going to have some struggles in life, but why can't it be fun and easy? Why do we have to overcomplicate things? Right? Like go back to the basics, keep it simple. When you keep it simple, you're going to do it. If you overcomplicate it, you do some crazy diet, that's going to require all this time and energy, especially if you're a busy mom or a working person, you're not going to do it. But keep it simple. That's why I always ask myself, how can I make this fun and easy? How can I make this fun and easy? It takes practice. It's not like it happens overnight because you're reconditioning yourself, right? But keep it super, super simple, make it fun, and you will be more likely to stick to it. Said, I've gained weight, bloated, and unhappy. Yes. So, you know what? I have a really good 4-video play. What's it called? It was on my YouTube channel. It's old, but there's 4 videos and it's a playlist, and it talks about how to get a new vision for yourself. How do you create new routines around eating and fitness? How do you create new routines around de-stressing and just creating this new version of you? If you want it, let me know and I'll put it on my Instagram stories. It's free. It's on YouTube, but I can put the link on there for you. The supplements I take that I've been talking about that help with hormones, you can click my bio link there, and then I have that as well. How can I get my hormones in order? You know what? Hormones have a lot to do with, mostly it has to do with what you're eating, and it has to do with your stress and your thoughts. And it's a lifestyle thing. Okay, so I don't know your background. I don't know if you have like medical issues or anything like that, but one simple way is to just click on my bio. I have a free ebook. I talk lots about hormones there. Or you can go through my playlist. I talk lots and lots about hormones there. But yeah, your hormones control absolutely everything. Okay. How long did it take to be consistent? It depends. The more fun you can make it, the more fun and simple you can make it, the more likely you're going to be consistent right away. The more complicated you make it, the harder it is to be consistent right away. Okay, so once you become aware of this, hopefully you're leaving here just being a little bit more aware of how you are and how you think and how you can make things more fun for yourself, then you will be more consistent. And then what happens is like any muscle, right? So once you start practicing being more consistent in one area of your life, you're likely to carry that into other areas of your life. Like how you do anything is how you do everything. Okay, it's just totally reprogramming yourself, you guys. Okay, but the 3 things that we talked about, one is just really honor the season that you're in. Be kind and gentle to yourself, okay? The second thing is your future self. Identify with your future self. What does that future version of you look and feel like? What does she or he feel like? How does she talk? How does she dress? What does she eat? Write it all out. Like have fun with it. Write it out and then start building routines that match this new version of you. Be patient with yourself. It's not going to happen overnight. Okay? Be really, really patient with yourself. And then the third thing to help you stay consistent is ask yourself, what is the fun and easy way? How can I make this fun and easy on myself? Because when it's simple and fun, you're more likely to stick to it and stay consistent with it. I promise you guys, these 3 things will completely change your life. Completely change your life. And whether you're doing it for weight loss, then start doing it for other areas of your life. Maybe your business or finances or your relationships or how you parent, or just you want to have more fun in your life. You want to laugh more, right? Like you can apply this to all areas of your life. You'll become a ninja at this, okay? How do you hold yourself accountable and not depend on someone else? Like, how do you do this for yourself? Okay, and you used a question like take a walk or exercise. Amal, do you listen to anything? One thing I would do, and I still do this to this day, is I listen to audios. I love audios. I'm a very, very social person. I love being around people. I love exercising with people or like really doing anything with people. But I'm very, very okay with being by myself because I'll listen to audios. If there's or music. If you have like a favorite song or favorite music you like to listen to, or you have some favorite audios, if you want me to recommend some, I can. And then go listen to a podcast while you're going for a walk. And that can be your personal development time and your exercise time. I remember before I was a business owner, you guys, I was a stay-home mom, no business background. I was a nurse, okay? So I spent a full year, you guys, with 3 kids under 3 at home. My husband at the time, he was an engineer, worked 12 hours a day. So he was out of the house. So it was just me at home with 3 kids under 3, okay? And I wanted to start a business online. And this was back in 2000, probably 13, 14, around then. I listened to audios hours a day, just listening to stories about people that have started businesses from scratch. I've learned about marketing, I learned about communication, I learned about mindset stuff. And like I was like doing dishes, I was working out, I was, being a mom at home, and I just listened to audios hours and hours and hours and hours and hours a day, because repetition, you guys, reprograms your brain. Okay, so if you are not able to work out with anyone, get yourself some headphones, go download some audios and go listen to that, okay? Another great thing, Amal, is if you're able to, one of the fastest ways, you guys, to get to that next level in fitness or anything in your life, relationships, business, whatever, is get a coach. Get a coach, get a mentor, because that person will hold you accountable. They will hold you accountable and they will see your blind spots. Okay, so that is, if you need a fitness trainer, you guys know my trainer Dennis. He's absolutely amazing. He's a bodybuilder, all natural, no steroids. I can give you his contact, or you can go and DM him. But like, no matter what it is that you're doing, or find a local trainer, just find someone to hold you accountable, and that really helps. You can do it with your friends, but I've tried that with my friends too. We just are too nice to each other. So I find trainers and coaches, they're way better at like kicking you in the butt when you need a butt kicking. What audios do you listen to? Michelle, so it really depends on what I'm trying to learn. So if it's like a business or mindset audio, maybe do you guys know who Lewis Howes is? He's amazing. He has the School of Greatness. He interviews so many different types of people. Dr. Joe Dispenza, I really like his podcasts. I go through phases. When I first started doing this, you guys, I used to listen to Tony Robbins like crazy. You guys, I was at a point, I'm not even kidding you, like right after my husband passed away, where I couldn't even get out of bed without putting earphones in and like starting to listen to an audio, because my head was so negative. Like my thoughts and emotions were so negative. I couldn't even function. So, because I had to get up to be able to get my kids ready for school and stuff, right? So I put Tony Robbins in. So I went through like my Tony Robbins phase for a while, where I was just like earphones in all day long, just listening to that. Okay. But I could put a list of people that I listen to on my Instagram, on my stories, you guys. But I would say I love Dr. Joe Dispenza. I love Tony Robbins. Lewis Howes is really good. I've listened to so many people. So it just depends. If I'm trying to, maybe I'm like learning about YouTube, I'll start listening to I'll watch YouTube videos on YouTube. Your mind is so strong. Thank you. You know what? Honestly, you guys, this is just a whole bunch of repetition. Over and 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 over again. Every day. And it was out of survival, right? Like I said, like I couldn't even get myself out of bed, or I had to force myself to get out of bed. So these are the things that I would do. And I didn't have time to like do fluffy things that like seemed like a good idea. Like I needed stuff that actually worked, that was like really practical, right? That's how I got into like adaptogens, like the supplements adaptogens, because I didn't want to go on antidepressants and I didn't want to take all this stuff. I was like, I need something that will help me feel better right now. But it wasn't just about the pills too, right? It's like doing that inner daily work, listening to the audios, working out, getting coaches, stuff like that. If I could recommend 2 things that will completely change all areas of your life to master, one is communication, like learning how to really connect with people, really how to communicate. The second thing is emotions, emotional intelligence, learning how to control your emotions, not only control them, but like learn how to feel better. And I did that because I just wanted to feel better, like actually just wanted to feel better. But when you can master your emotions, which is your energy, right? Emotions are energy in motion. So once you can learn how to make yourself feel better and make yourself like do things and just like reprogram yourself to not be frustrated, depressed, but be happy and energetic and positive and hopeful and all those different emotions that you want, it carries into all areas of your life: business, parenting, relationships, fitness, everything. So if you're going to watch YouTube or any sort of podcast, but even on YouTube, like just type in master communication. Like there's so many TED Talks on that too. And then emotional intelligence, or like how to feel better. And I do believe this for you guys, whoever's watching this, whatever you're going through right now, if you're struggling with something, your breakthrough in this, you mastering whatever it is that you're going through right now, is not only going to help you go to that next level, you are going to become an answer to prayer for the people around you. Okay, I'm going to say that again. You are an answer to prayer for the people around you. People that you don't even know. I never in a million years thought I was going to be on TikTok. Never, ever. You guys, I didn't even know what an Instagram story was a couple years ago. My team had to teach me what an Instagram story was. Okay? Like that's how much your life can change quickly. But it was like just every single day, just practicing being that new version of me. And then that is your stepping stone to that next level for you. So someone asked about loose skin. You need muscle on your body. That is, my skin was starting to sag so much a couple years ago because I was not doing any weightlifting at all. And when, especially over 30, over 35 years old, if you are, even if you lose a bunch of weight, because I was really scrawny, you guys, from stress. I was like 118. I'm 150 now. 150, okay? Because I'm almost 5'8". I was 118. So my skin was really starting to sag. And then I started lifting weights and it tightened everything up. Not only, so there's two things. One is weightlifting. The second thing is hormones. So when your hormones are out of whack, it can actually cause loose skin as well. And then I also have stuff on waist training too. You guys can go watch my waist training videos. I love pop too much. You know what you can do, babe? Find alternatives to pop. Okay, so there's so many yummy alternatives now. Like, let me see if I have any here. Oh, I don't have any left. I drank it all. There's a drink, I think it's called like Zevia or something like that. And it's like sparkling flavored water that's like flavored with stevia, stuff like that. Yes, you guys, there's so many alternatives to just, you don't have to give up your favorite stuff. You don't have to give up chocolate or pop. You just switch it to something that, like a healthier alternative. That's what I've done. And I normally do Wellness Wednesdays. I talk lots about stuff like that. But I wasn't going to do that today. Vitamin water. Yeah, just make sure you look at the ingredients, okay? And now that I have a new crowd during the day, I can do more live streams on that as well. Flavored water, yeah. And like, if you like that I love sparkling water and like pop. So that's why I don't drink pop. I'll just drink the sparkling flavored water now. So I'm going to go. It was so fun hanging out with you guys. My team will get this on my YouTube channel probably in the next few days. So you can look up for that. Give me a little bit and then I will post on my Instagram stories, my podcasts, my playlist on transformation. Oh, and that book, How to Break the Habit of Being You. Okay, I'm going to run. I love you guys so much. I really, really hope today was helpful for you. Make sure you're following so you get notifications. And if you have any video ideas or questions, just message me on Instagram or you can comment on any of my videos. And I like to do video replies, so I will do that for you as well. Love you guys. It was so fun hanging out with you. You guys are so amazing. I love you guys.